Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is bouncing from this previous area of resistance to officially flip it into new support, which is something that we need to pay attention to as more liquidity is building above the price of Bitcoin here in the short term, as we've just seen a major inflow into the spot Bitcoin ETFs to finish off the week. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment, alongside Solana, which is now attempting a possible breakout above this very important level on the price chart, while the price of XRP is bouncing from this key retracement level, acting as strong support. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, taking a look at some Bitcoin news today, because we now have the numbers in for Friday for the spot Bitcoin ETFs. And we actually saw quite a large net inflow on Friday of over $500 million US, around $501 million US entered the spot Bitcoin ETFs just on Friday. And so overall, this week, we actually saw a lot of buying from Wall Street, a lot of investors putting money into the Bitcoin ETFs throughout this week. And of course, the ETFs, because they're trading on the stock market, are closed for trading over the weekend. So we have no inflows or outflows over the weekend. But we can see that Monday was a decent day of around $350 million. Tuesday was the best day this week of $588 million in an inflow. And we saw Wednesday with a $547 million inflow. Thursday, the worst day of the week, only $226 million, which is still a decent inflow into the spot Bitcoin ETFs, above the average day, as we can see here. And once again, on Friday, we finished the week with $501 million coming into the Bitcoin ETFs. And so this is adding some buying pressure for the price of Bitcoin, because in case you're new to all of this money essentially goes into buying actual Bitcoin in order to back the ETFs, because these are spot Bitcoin ETFs. So for example, if someone puts money into the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, BlackRock essentially has to buy Bitcoin in order to back their Bitcoin ETF, IBIT. And so overall, once again, fundamentally speaking, this is bullish for Bitcoin, adding buying pressure, at least in the shorter term. But if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today on the weekly time frame, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, indicating a larger bull market. But if we're taking a look at these two weekly time frames, as we can see, these two weekly Bitcoin price charts, at least for now, we're still showing signs of weakness in the somewhat shorter term here relative to the weekly time frame. And so first of all, in the weekly Bitcoin MACD, we don't really have a lot of bullish momentum, but we also have not seen any bearish crossover, so we also don't really have a lot of bearish momentum either. So overall, this is relatively neutral, at least for now, when it comes to the momentum in the market. And if we're looking at this weekly Bitcoin chart, once again, we still have a major bearish divergence to watch out for, telling us that we're likely going to lack bullish momentum for some time. But obviously, these signals are relative to the weekly time frame, the larger time frame. So I'm talking about the much larger bullish and bearish moves here in the market, not just these short-term bullish and bearish moves. Of course, during this larger sideways consolidation that we're seeing right now, which is this period in the market right here, when we're zooming into a much smaller time frame, like this 6-hour time frame, that sideways consolidation is obviously made up of much larger bullish and bearish moves if we're actually zooming in. But once again, zooming out, looking at the bigger picture, for now, we're just trading somewhat sideways, lacking momentum on the larger time frames. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin price chart, it's the same story here as well. Obviously, I've said that many times recently here on the channel. We are simply lacking momentum to either direction. So overall, we're looking very neutral, at least for the time being. We're basically in a sideways consolidation, playing out short-term bullish and short-term bearish moves, but mostly in a sideways price range, as we could see. And based on these indications on these larger timeframes, this could likely continue for at least the next few days, most likely over the next few weeks, possibly months, but at least over the next few weeks or so, I do continue to expect the price to somewhat remain range bound. And if we're looking at the daily Bitcoin price chart, we still have important support and resistance levels to watch out for. First of all, I'd expect support at around 103,000 and strong support at around 98,000. And when it comes to resistance, expect strong resistance at 110,000 to 112,000. And if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin price chart, we still have a possible falling wedge pattern that is still forming, but obviously we've not yet actually confirmed the price target or anything like that, because we've not yet confirmed a breakout from this pattern. And in case you're wondering, the support line for this possible falling wedge is still sitting in between around 100,000 to 101,000, and the line of resistance is still sitting at close to 109,000. And so not a lot has changed on this chart over the last one day. So taking a look at this 6-hour Bitcoin price chart, and what has happened over the last 1 to 2 days is, of course, a retest of this previous area of resistance, where previously we've seen many rejections from it, as we can see, but now we're starting to find support support in this area after recently breaking out above this area. And so obviously this is good to see. This is bullish price structure. Anytime we break out above an area of resistance and then actually hold it as new support, obviously that is price structure heading in the bullish direction. But despite the fact that we're starting to see a bit of bullish price structure in the shorter term, once again, we're not really seeing a lot of bullish momentum. As we can see, we're looking kind of flat despite breaking out above key resistance. We're not really seeing a lot of major follow through. So continue to expect the price to somewhat remain range bound, at least for the time being, considering the lack in momentum. And when it comes to support and resistance in the shorter term, once again, I'd now expect support in this area where we're now finding support in between 106,000 to 107,000. But if we were to actually break below that area, I'd expect more support in between 103.5k to 104,000. And as for resistance, I'd expect a lot of resistance at around 108,500 to 109,000, and more resistance at around 110,000 to 110.5k. But if anything, it would actually be better for the price of Bitcoin if we first see a little bit more of a pullback and actually break below 106,000 and then bounce from somewhere around 104,000, give or take, because if that were to play out, ultimately we could possibly form an inverse head and shoulders pattern also on the 6-hour time frame. As we can see, we already have a possible left shoulder ahead and right now a possible right shoulder forming, but in order to actually form and complete this pattern, we need to first see a little bit more of a pullback here in the short term, and then a recovery, and then a breakout above the neckline, which is sitting at approximately 108,000. But if we never first see that pullback here, and ultimately, let's just say if we break out straight away above 108,000, of course, breaking out above resistance either way would be bullish. But in that circumstance there, if we don't first see a bit more of a pullback, we just won't have an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we won't be able to actually activate the price target for this possible pattern. But if you want to know more about this possible inverse head and shoulders pattern that's forming right now in the short term for the price of Bitcoin, and talking about the price target and a potential trading strategy, how to profit from this pattern if it ultimately confirms, then watch my last video here on the channel, because in that video I went a little bit more in detail about this price pattern right here. And if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we still have a lot of liquidity building above the price at around 109,000, which is essentially a price target here in the short term, because usually the price of Bitcoin tends to move towards where there's a lot of liquidity. Now, I want to make it clear it's never a 100% guarantee. Sometimes, on rare occasions, we move in the opposite direction away from liquidity, but most of the time, Bitcoin tends to move towards where there's a lot of liquidity, especially if it's close to the price. So essentially, 109,000 is the price target to focus on here in the short term. But remember, overall, we're simply lacking momentum in the market to either direction. So despite these short-term breakouts or possibly forming new price patterns, overall, we're simply in a larger sideways price range to some degree, as we can see. So overall, I continue to expect that to play out at least for the next few weeks or so. And of course, this sideways price range consists of short-term bullish and short-term bearish moves. And if you want to be set up ready to go to take the next trading opportunity in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, you have to be set up ready to go on a crypto exchange. And personally, I'm taking a lot of my crypto trades over on BTNX, so I'll make sure to leave a link to BTNX below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link, you can get some massive trading bonuses over here, like for example, up to $45,000 you can claim using the link below this video just by trading crypto. But if you're not one of these larger traders, you can also get deposit bonuses. Like for example, if you deposit just $1,000, you get a $200 bonus into your BTNX account. But once again, only if you use that link. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, or if you're preparing to take the next trading opportunity, you might as well get set up ready to go over on BTNX using the link below this video to take advantage of these major bonuses over on BTNX. Once again, only if you use that link. And in case you're wondering, BTNX is a no KYC exchange, which means you can access it from basically any country in the world without needing any KYC. But as always, check your local regulations when it comes to trading crypto. And for whatever reason, if you don't want BTNX as an exchange, there's also 2bit as another option out there, another exchange that I also trade on. So I'll also make sure to leave a link to 2bit below this video. And if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, where you can also claim some massive trading bonuses, like for example, up to $50,000 in trading bonuses just by using the link below this video to 2bit. But once again, if you're not one of these larger traders here, you can also get a $30 sign up bonus and a 20% deposit rebate up to a max of 200 USDT. So for example, if you make an account using the link below this video and deposit just $1,000, you'll also get a $200 bonus into your 2bit account. But once again, only if you use that link. And in case you're wondering, 2bit is also a no KYC exchange. But with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on the daily time frame, and Ethereum, at least for now, is still lacking momentum to either direction, like I've been saying for Bitcoin, because obviously we recently just broke out back above this key retracement level right here, the 50% retracement level, which was sitting at close to 2.4k, really at around 2380 to 2390, so just under 2.4k, which for now I do expect support in that area, which at least for now is holding as support. But we can clearly see we're not really seeing a lot of follow through, so we don't really have a lot of bullish momentum. And obviously Ethereum follows very similar price action to what Bitcoin is doing, along with most of the altcoins. So if Bitcoin, for example, is just somewhat trading sideways in the shorter term, expect something similar for a lot of the altcoin market. And also, while Ethereum is basically just chopping around sideways in the immediate short term, technically speaking, this bearish divergence is still active on the daily Ethereum price chart, which means, at least for now, we should not necessarily expect a significant amount of bullish momentum. And so honestly, just continue to expect a bit more neutral price action in the shorter term. So not overly bullish or overly bearish, just very neutral price action once again as the most likely outcome. Unfortunately, it's very boring at the moment in the market, but that is just simply what is most likely going to happen here in the short term for the next few days. But considering not much has changed over the last one day for Ethereum, getting straight into the price of Solana on the daily time frame, and what is happening right now for Solana is another retest and a possible breakout above this important area on the price chart. But at least as of right now, we've not yet actually confirmed a breakout above this area. And of course, the area I'm talking about is still sitting in between around 143 to 146, and just recently has been acting as strong resistance, and previously has been acting as very strong support and also resistance all the way back up here. So once again, still very important, this area right here, very crucial on the price chart. And so if we end up confirming a breakout with a candle close above around 146, ideally above a 147, and then actually holding that as new support, in that situation, at least for the next few days following that break, that would be a bullish signal for Solana, and we'll likely see a continued bullish move up towards these next points of resistance. First of all, around 153 to 154 as a point of resistance. Above that, we have more resistance at around 158, and then major resistance at around 167 approximately. And we also possibly have a higher low starting to form in the price of Solana, but I would only really start to confirm this as a higher low if we ultimately confirm a breakout above this area, hold above 146 and flip that into new support. In that situation, that would be potentially a change in price structure from this bearish trend pointing towards a new bullish trend starting to form, not just a short-term bullish move during a bearish trend. But considering the fact that we've not yet actually confirmed a breakout above this area, at least for now, there is still the possibility we could see another rejection here. So keep that in mind. We still have to wait for confirmation to obviously confirm the breakout, which means, at least for now, considering we've not yet confirmed the breakout, technically we are still within the bearish trend, forming lower highs and lower lows. But this will be something to pay attention to in the shorter term. And obviously, if you're more of a day trader rather than a swing trader, this could be a possible short-term breakout opportunity, or perhaps even a swing trade opportunity if you spot a change in this trend. But once again, for now, we're still waiting for more confirmation here. And if we're taking a look at the price of XRP on the daily time frame, it's a similar situation for XRP. We're running into key Fibonacci resistance after just bouncing perfectly from this 50% retracement level, acting as support. And so when it comes to support and resistance, first of all, we have support in this area sitting in between around 192 to 195, and then we have this 50% retracement level acting as support sitting at around $2.07, and that's pretty much exactly where the price just bounced from over the last 1 to 2 days, from around $2.07, but really in between around $2.05 to $2.10. In that 5-cent price range right there, that is the area of support that I'll really be focusing on, at least right now. And so while the price is exactly bouncing from the area of support that I've already been talking about, we're now once again running into this exact Fibonacci level of resistance where we previously rejected from just a couple of days ago, and that's sitting at around $2.19 to $2.20. So in that small area right there, that is the resistance to focus on in the immediate short term. But if we can confirm a breakout with a daily candle close above 220, in that situation, we'll likely see a move at least up towards around 224 to 225 as the next short-term resistance. But ultimately, the next major resistance is in between around 230 to 235, around these highs. And if the price of XRP were to break out above, especially 235, that would be extremely bullish for the price, and honestly would likely see a continued bullish move, at least back up towards this high at around 260, and quite possibly break out above that high. If we first break out above 235, that would be a key level to break on the price chart. But once again, for now, we're still running into this level to focus on at around 219 to 220, which at least for now is still acting as some short-term resistance. And overall, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of altcoins at least lacking momentum for now in the shorter term, ultimately XRP is also likely going to lack momentum to either direction. We're basically in a bit of a sideways price range, at least for now. So even if we confirm this breakout or see a rejection, either way, honestly, I would not expect a massive move in the market, mostly mild price action staying range bound, at least for now. But this is definitely the period in the market where we're quiet, waiting for the next move. And so you definitely want to be set up, ready to go on a crypto exchange. Once again, using the links below this video to take advantage of these massive bonuses, to take advantage of the next move in the crypto market as soon as it happens. But with that being said, taking a look at Chainlink on the 12-hour time frame, and Chainlink is also in a similar situation. We're bouncing between support and resistance, simply lacking momentum in the immediate short term. And so we still have strong support in between around 1260 to 1280, and strong resistance in between around 1360 to 1370 approximately. So we'll obviously continue to expect the price to bounce at this area of support and reject from this area of resistance, at least for now. We also possibly have a bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming right now, but in order to confirm this possible price pattern, we need to continue to see a bit more of a bounce here over the next couple of days, and then confirm a breakout within a few days from now above around 1360 to 1370, essentially above these highs right here, with candle closes at least on the 12-hour time frame above 1370. But if we ultimately see that confirm, if we see candle closes above 1370 and hold above that level, in that situation, the next major price target will be sitting at around 1530 to 1550 as a very strong area of resistance. But between around 1370 to 1530 to 1550, between those areas, we also have a bit of resistance right here, sitting at around 1440 to 1450. But overall, simply just analyzing the current situation. What is the situation right now? And well, we're still technically within a larger bearish trend, forming lower highs and lower lows. But in the immediate short term, talking about a period of hours or days, we are lacking momentum to either direction, looking very neutral in the immediate short term here. But once again, if you want to be set up ready to go to take the next trading opportunity as soon as it happens in the crypto market, get set up ready to go using the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to claim those massive bonuses that are only available using those links. And if you want to actually know how you can trade in the crypto market, no matter what direction the price is doing, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.